Apple and music have always gone together like peanut butter and jelly. But why does it feel like it's harder to play music on the iPhone than it should be? Want to know the right way to do it? Stick around, I got you covered. I'm Dylan Stewart, the MacWhisperer, and in today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into Apple's Music app. You're going to learn how to use the Music app, how to use Apple Music, how to create, share, and organize playlists, and so much more. Stick around for my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where I reveal a powerful tool that can let you collaborate on any playlist with anybody you like. Trust me, this one's a game changer. Before we jump straight over to the phone, let's clear up some basic terminology about the Music app. First off, the Apple Music app does not require the Apple Music service in order to be functional. The Music app, which is pre-installed on your iPhone, iPad, and computer, operates much like iTunes did. You can download songs individually from the iTunes Store, you can upload songs from CDs, or you can even download them from other services, putting them into your music library and playing them off your phone. If you don't have the Apple Music service, you will need to connect your phone directly to your computer in order to synchronize music, songs, and playlists. But if you have the Apple Music service, you'll have access to the entire iTunes Store, meaning you can play or download any song from the iTunes Store without an additional cost. It also means that your phone and other devices will synchronize playlists and songs over the air rather than needing to be plugged in with a cable. The Apple Music service is a powerful addition to the Apple Music app, but it's not a necessity. The other terminology I'd like to clear up is the difference between a playlist and a station. Playlists are curated by human beings. Either you created the playlist or one of your friends or family members did, or Apple's live curators at Apple Music created the playlist for you. Playlists are awesome and you can use them in a number of different ways to organize your favorite songs, your favorite artists, or music you like to puzzle to. But playlists eventually end. It doesn't matter if there's 1,000 songs. At a certain point, a playlist will run out of songs. Meanwhile, stations are a little bit different. Stations are created by a computer algorithm that takes into account the music you've listened to, purchased, and liked. When you create a station based on an artist, an album, a genre, or a specific song. You say, I'd like music like the Beatles, and it will play the Beatles as well as other music that is similar. Stations are awesome because they're infinite. If you just want to get started and get into listening to music, clicking on a station will provide you an endless stream of new songs, helping you discover new artists and enjoy your old favorites. So now that we understand Apple Music versus the Apple Music app, and playlists versus stations, let's hop on over to the phone and get started. The first thing we need to do is jump into the Music app right here. When you open up the Music app, you'll notice down at the bottom there are 5 separate tabs. We'll go through them briefly so you know what's where. First off, the Home tab. The Home tab is a great place to start. Up at the top, it'll give top suggestions. Scrolling down, you'll see some of your most recently played playlists, albums, or songs. Scrolling down further, you'll get suggestions based on the songs that you're listening to or the albums or playlists you're listening to. If you continue down, you'll even find specific playlists curated just for you. These playlists are updated on a weekly basis, and you don't really need to do anything but check them periodically. I love exploring new music, so my new music mix is one of the first ones I play when I don't know what else I want to listen to. Scrolling down a little further, we'll see stations that were created for you. Unlike playlists, stations are infinite and they're created by an algorithm. Scrolling down a little further, you'll find all sorts of other suggestions, including playlists that you currently listen to that have been recently updated. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to find something called the Replay section. The Replay section creates automatic playlists based on the music you listened to in prior years. The replays require Apple Music, but they make an amazing playlist that allows you to revisit some of your favorites from earlier years. Stepping one tab over to the right, we end up in the New section. The New station is where Apple promotes some of the most popular artists, albums, and songs. Stepping in here is like turning on the radio to find out what other people are listening to. You'll find latest releases, new albums, updated playlists, and lots more. Again, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll find a separate section allowing you to find new music in the spatial audio section, music videos, top of the charts. You can even browse by genre, decades, moods, or activities. This is another easy way to find new music. Stepping one more tab over to the right, we end up in the radio section. Up at the top, we've got live radio stations created by Apple. Apple currently has 6 separate channels. Each of these stations have live DJs, interviews, and connect with all sorts of famous artists, giving you a way to get to know the artist personally. Scrolling down, you'll find some of the latest episodes of those stations, specific interviews, and even stations that are hosted by specific artists. But if you scroll a little further down, you're going to find a section called Local Broadcasters and International Broadcasters. These are actual radio stations that have an internet feed so you can listen to your favorite NPR or KISS FM station even if you're not home. The international broadcasters can allow you to listen to BBC or other international stations no matter where in the world you are. And scrolling down below that, you'll see some of the top stations for all of Apple Music, as well as stations broken down by genre. And once more, down at the bottom, they break down all of these selections into very clear categories, allowing you to find great radio stations for country music or for hits based on specific decades. Whatever you're looking for, scrolling down to the bottom will make it really easy for you to find brand new playlists, brand new stations, and brand new artists. Now, before we step over into the Library tab, we want to talk about the Search tab on the far right. Let's click on it. Before you even start searching, the Search tab is giving you suggestions. It gives you ideas of hit songs or alternative or pop, spatial audio, hip hop, and all sorts of other categories. Clicking into any one of these sections will bring you to a page dedicated to that kind of music, showing you playlists, songs, new releases, artist essentials, and more. Clicking on any one of these categories can make it easy for you to find a song if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. But if you do know what you're looking for, you can come into the search bar right here and search by artist name, by song name, or even by the lyrics of the song. When you start typing, it immediately gives you suggestions. Down below, you'll find specific suggestions. Here, I've started to type the word Springsteen, and it's given me a song called Springsteen or a song called Sprinter. If I continue to type Springsteen in, it's going to clarify and give us other options. You'll notice that when you type in an artist, you will find an artist link somewhere in the suggestions. Here's the Bruce Springsteen artist page. Let's click on it. Apple has created an artist-dedicated homepage for all of the major artists. If you scroll down, you'll find their top songs, their essential albums, their music videos, and even a section called Artist Playlists. The Artist Playlist section is really valuable if you want to get to know a specific artist better. You'll find the Essentials playlist, which are the songs that everyone should know of Bruce Springsteen. Things like I'm on Fire, Born to Run, Dancing in the Dark. But if we scroll over a little bit further, you'll find all of Bruce Springsteen's greatest love songs, or a playlist based on the musicians who influenced that artist. You'll also find a section called Deep Cuts, giving you some of the best next songs you should listen to once you've listened to the essentials. When you use the artist playlists, it makes it so much easier to really explore an artist, finding their most loved songs, as well as some obscure but also amazing music. It's a great way to explore that new artist. When you're doing a search, if you have Apple Music, you can automatically add any song or any album into your library by clicking the 3 dots to the right of the song or album and clicking where it says Add to Library right here. If you press and hold on anything, you will also get a pop-up list where you can also add this to the library or even add it to a playlist. If you add a song to a playlist, it will automatically get added into your library, saving you a step. You can do that with any song, but you can also do that with any album. So if there's a Bruce Springsteen album that you've always wanted to listen to, but you never got around to it, simply come to that album, press and hold on it, and select where it says Add to Library. With Apple Music, there's no additional charge, meaning you can download one song or an artist's entire discography for no additional cost. And now let's step over to the Library tab where we're going to spend most of the rest of the time in this video. The library section is broken down by several different categories. Up at the top, you'll see the playlists category. Clicking on that will show you any playlists that you've previously created. This lets you jump right into a playlist and start listening to music without any further steps. Down below that, we've got the artists, albums, and songs category. Each of these contains your entire library, but it's organized by artist, album, or song. Clicking on artists, you'll find your entire music library organized alphabetically by the artists. You can scroll through and click on any specific artist to see all of the albums or songs you have for that artist. You can also do something really cool that we'll talk about in a few minutes called favoriting an artist. And you can favorite an artist, a song, an album, or a playlist. And there's a reason why it's important to do that. So when you find that artist that you love listening to, press and hold on them and select where it says favorite. You'll see a little red star appear to the left of their image, letting you know that artist has been favorited. In the albums section, you'll find your entire music library organized by album. In the upper right corner, if you click on the three dots, you can look at your library as a grid, which gives you big pictures, or as a list, which shows more items per page. I like the grid view best. You can also sort this category by title, by date added, by artist, or by year. This makes it easy to put your albums in any order you want. Most people use it in the artist view. This means that the albums are alphabetized by the artist's name. And don't forget, if you find your favorite albums here, you should favorite them as well. Pressing and holding on any one of those albums will allow you to favorite it. Favoriting an album, song, or artist serves two different purposes. The first purpose is that it lets the algorithm know what you like so it can suggest more things like your favorites. But the more important thing that favoriting does is allows you to find your favorite artists quickly by using what's called the favorites filter. This is the filter button right here next to the three dots. When you click on it, it gives you a couple of options. First of all, you can filter only the music you've got downloaded. I don't find that super valuable, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. But if you click where it says favorites, it's only going to show you your favorite albums, artists, or playlists, bringing them right up to the top. Coming into the songs category, you can also sort this in a couple of different ways. Clicking on the three dots again, you can choose to sort it by the title of the song, the date the song was added to your library, or the artist. And of course, up at the top, we've got our favorites filter. Clicking here and then turning on favorites will show only your favorited songs, which once again makes it easy to find what you're looking for quickly. And at the bottom, we've got something called downloaded. Downloaded is really valuable if you listen to music when you don't have an internet connection. It's easy to listen to any music when you've got a Wi-Fi connection or a cellular connection, but when you're traveling, or you're on a plane, or you're in the middle of the desert, you may not have a good cellular or Wi-Fi connection. So downloading songs makes it easy for you to listen to them when you're offline and can prevent you from using up all of your cellular data just to listen to some music. It's really easy to download an artist, an album, or a song, but I like to download from the playlist section. Coming into the playlist section, click on any one of your playlists, and up at the top right, you'll notice this little down-facing arrow. The arrow signifies that there is music in this playlist that has not yet been downloaded. A simple click on that arrow will immediately download every single song in that playlist and give you the check mark up at the top so that you know that you can listen to this playlist wherever you are without an internet connection. I think it's really smart that Apple separated all of the downloaded music into their own section in the library. This means before you go on a trip, you can click in this downloaded section and check out which playlists you've got, which artists you've downloaded, which albums, and which songs are already downloaded. This can make it easy for you to add additional music before you go offline. And as we scroll further down in the library, you're going to find a listing of the most recently added songs, albums, and playlists. This gives you a simple way to remember the songs that you've recently added so you can listen to them again or delete them if they're not your cup of tea. The library section is a super valuable and super powerful place to find the music that you want to listen to. Now let's talk about playlists. When you come into the playlist section, you'll see all of your existing playlists. You can create a new playlist by clicking the plus button in the upper right corner here. When you do that, you'll be prompted to give the playlist a name. You also have the opportunity to add your own artwork to this playlist. By clicking on the camera icon, you can take a photo, choose a photo, or choose a file that you've previously downloaded. I've already created a perfect graphic for this playlist. Let's go into my Choose Photos section. And right here is my Best of the MacWhisperer cover. As I click on it, it shows me the cover, I click Choose, and it adds that right to the playlist. Now I click the Create button in the upper right-hand corner to finish things up. Once you create a playlist, the next thing you need to do is add music to the playlist. And you can do that by clicking this plus button right here. This will bring up your library, suggested songs, and all sorts of other information. Clicking on the plus button to the right of any song will add it into that playlist. Clicking into the Artist section will allow you to go to any artist and grab any song you want from there by clicking the plus button in that section. When you've added all the songs you want, click the Done button right here. Once you've created a playlist, you'll get suggested songs based on what's already in the playlist. So as you click the plus button here, it adds it into the playlist and gives you additional suggestions. If you don't like any of the suggestions, simply click the refresh button for it to pull brand new suggestions, making it easy for you to build a playlist with just a couple of clicks. But once you've created a playlist, you can also add songs to it easily. Here's one of my favorite ways to do that. I'm going to come back to the library and I'm going to step into the songs section. Here I'm already filtered by favorites, so these are some of my favorite songs. What you can do in order to add music to a playlist is press and hold on any song and grab hold of it. Then use your second hand to tap on any additional songs that you like. You can scroll and find whatever you want this way, holding all of it by keeping your finger down on the screen. Now, press the back arrow in the upper left-hand corner with your other hand, go into the playlist section, scroll to the playlist you want, and simply drop them in. That will add those songs to that playlist easily and simply. Now let's get into the experience of listening to music from the Music app. When you're inside of a playlist, you'll notice the play button and the shuffle button. The play button will play this playlist in order from beginning to end. Pressing shuffle will automatically play the music, randomly mixing up the order of the songs. When you come to any song, you'll notice the three dots on the right side. Pressing those three dots gives you a ton of options, including the ability to remove it from the playlist, to add it to a different playlist, to make sure it's the next song that's played, or even to visit the album that that song is a part of. Down here, you'll also notice the ability to create a station. Remember, stations are created by an algorithm, but they're based on something. So if I click on the song Hell and Back by Bakar and click the three dots and come down to where it says create a station, it will automatically build me a brand new station based on that song with other songs and artists that sound similar. It's a great way to dive into a brand new kind of music without having to know which artists you want to listen to. I use it all the time to discover new artists. From this section, when you want to play a song, all you're going to do is tap on it just like this. And when you do, down below you'll see this little bar known as the Now Playing bar. And the Now Playing bar gives you a couple of easy controls. You can pause or play, or you can forward to the next song in the list, just like that. But if you tap on the Now Playing bar, like this, it becomes the Now Playing screen, which gives you a ton of additional options. Up at the top, we see the song that's currently playing, and we can favorite it or click the three dots on the right side in order to delete it, download it, share the lyrics, or more. Below that, we've got three separate options. The first one on the left allows you to shuffle that playlist. Clicking on it again will play it in order. To the right of that, we've got the repeat function. This can allow you to repeat the entire playlist or album. To the right of that, we've got something called infinite play, and this is really important. If you remember, playlists are finite. There might be 1,000 songs, but eventually they're going to end. If you have this button clicked, it will make sure that the playlist never ends. When it gets to the end of the playlist, Apple will use an algorithm to suggest additional songs, turning your playlist into a station without you having to do anything. The infinite play makes it easy to make sure you never run out of music. Down below that, we'll get a list of the next songs that are going to be played. You can reorganize them by using the three lines on the far right side. Pressing and holding, move songs into any order that you like. You can even swipe from the right side to the left side to remove any song and make sure that it doesn't play. Down below the songs, we've got this slide bar that can let you move through a song quickly. This can be really helpful if you're listening to a long song, some classical concerto, and you just want to skip to the good part. Just moving your finger right along will allow you to jump to that part of the song. Down below that, we've got the rewind, fast forward, and play tools. And underneath that, we've got the volume control, allowing you to turn it up a little bit or turn it down. On the bottom of the screen, we've got 3 separate options. The first option is lyrics. Clicking on this little button here will show lyrics for the song if they're available. This will continue to play the lyrics as the song plays, highlighting the words as the singer sings them. This is a great way to learn the words to that song you keep messing up and singing wrong. There's even an additional tool right here of this microphone. If you click on this microphone, it turns on karaoke mode. Karaoke mode turns down the volume of the vocal track, allowing you to sing over your favorite songs without even needing to go to that seedy karaoke bar in order to belt out some tunes. It's a super fun option that most people have never even played with. To the right of that, we've got the Now Playing list. When the Now Playing list is engaged, you'll see the songs that are coming next. When the Now Playing list is disengaged, you'll see the current track that is playing in full screen. And then at the bottom middle, we've got our AirPlay controls. Clicking on the AirPlay controls will allow you to send the audio to other devices, making it easy for you to play your music from any speaker in the house or your headphones simply. Don't forget, from anywhere in the Now Playing section, you can favorite a song, or press and hold on any song in order to add it to your library, add it to a playlist, or share it. Up at the top, you'll notice the name of the song that's playing and the artist. If you click on the artist's name, you will get a couple of options. The ability to jump straight to that artist's page on Apple Music, the ability to go straight to that album, or the ability to go back to the playlist that song was pulled out of. So I'm always on top of my favorite artists, albums, and songs. Apple Music is chock full of powerful tools that make it easy for you to listen to music, find new music, organize playlists, explore albums and artists, and so much more. But there's one thing that I left out. Before I jump into my power tip, if you got great value from this video, give it a thumbs up. That makes it so much easier for other people to find it. And if you've got a question, a comment, or you'd like to recommend a cool song to me, drop it down in the comments section. I love to hear from you guys, and I'm really interested in what kind of music you love to listen to. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, that's like buying an amazing album and letting it sit on the shelf. Click that subscribe button and that notify bell so you're always alerted whenever I drop new content, and you can learn all sorts of amazing things about all of your Apple products. Now with that being said, let's drop the beat and step into the power tip. I love music, but my absolute favorite thing to do with Apple Music is create playlists. I love creating playlists of my favorite songs and artists and sharing them with all of my loved ones. It's easy to share a playlist. Simply come into the playlist section and go to the playlist that you'd like to share. In the upper right-hand corner, you can click the 3 dots and scroll down to where it says Share Playlist. When you do this, you can send that playlist in its entirety to anyone, which is amazing. But it's missing a functionality. You see, my wife and I share playlists all the time, but frequently she wants to add a new song to the playlist or remove a song that's driving her crazy. When you share a playlist in this way, you are sharing a read-only version of the playlist. The recipient can listen to the playlist, but they can't change the order, they can't delete songs, and they definitely can't add new songs in. Which is why Apple finally created the ability to collaborate on a playlist, and it's done a little bit differently. Rather than clicking on the Share Playlist button, while you're in the playlist screen, up at the top you're going to notice this little icon with a person and a plus button. Go ahead and click on that. Once you do, you can turn that playlist into a collaborative playlist. You'll get the option to approve collaborators if you want. If you're going to share your playlist to a lot of people, you may want to consider clicking the Approve Collaborators button. That ensures that even when you share your collaborative playlist out to a large audience, you don't have to worry about your friend Bill adding all of his favorite Monkees songs into your perfect playlist. So clicking on the Approve Collaborators button will give you the ability to say yes or no to any of the collaborators. If you don't care, just click Start Collaborating. You'll get a warning that says only Apple Music songs will be included. If you click the Continue button, it will create a copy of your existing playlist. This is really helpful in case your wife adds a ton of songs you don't like or removes some of your favorites. Clicking the Continue button takes us to the next step. From here, you can share your collaborative playlist via AirDrop, messages, email, text, any way you want to send it to your favorite people. But there's an even easier way to share your collaborative playlist. Once you've created it, click on the Collaborate button back up at the top. Here you're going to get a ton of options. You're going to get a Share Invite Link option, making it easy for you to just share a link to anyone you like. But my favorite option is the QR code right here. Imagine you're having a party and there are 15 of your best friends coming to the party, and you put this QR code in an obvious place in the house, allowing anyone who comes in to scan this code, see the playlist, and add their favorite songs. All of a sudden, you don't have to be the DJ for your own party. Every guest can add their own songs, move things around, and make sure that the party keeps hopping until the wee hours of the night. It's a great tool and a great trick. So that's what I've got for today's video, all about Apple's Music app and how to get the most out of it. I hope you learned a ton, but remember, there's always more to learn. Check out this video right here for even more amazing tips about how to get the most out of your Apple products. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and I'll see you at the disco. Or in the comments. Are discos too old? Guess I just showed my age. I'll see you in the comments.